Hey everyone, this is going to be my first MLB video for the 2017 season. I'm really excited. I think it starts Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, with a ton of games starting at 1 o'clock and going all the way through the night. I'm really excited to make these videos. It's going to be on a bi-weekly basis. And it's just, I'm so excited for this MLB season. I'm so excited for my Yankees to do well this season. And hopefully they will be in the wild card spot. But in this video, I actually just did my fantasy baseball draft. I will be yelling at one person in the fantasy baseball universe because they did a really bad, terrible, ridiculous pick in a really early stage. I just thought you guys would like to hear that. And I will be also predicting who I believe will be winning each division, the AL Central, the AL East, the NL East, the NL Central, West, etc. And I'll also be telling you who I think is going to win the World Series in this video. Let me know if you guys like this video. Comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think I should do differently. So here we go. All right, let's go into my first division. It is the AL East. You got the Boston Red Sox. You got the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, and the Baltimore Orioles. You could take the Devil Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays out of there right now. They're not making it. And I think it's between the Red Sox, the Yankees, and the Orioles. I'm definitely going to pick the Boston Red Sox, even though I'm a die-hard Yankee fan, and this hurts me to my core. The Boston Red Sox are the best team in the AL East by far, with their pitching staff of Rick Porcello, the AL Cy Young last year. You got Chris Sale, who is the best pitcher in that pitching staff and one of the best pitchers in the major leagues. I would say top 7, maybe top 6, maybe even top 5 pitchers in the major leagues. You got, I'm blanking here. You got David Price also, who is having some issues, but still a #1 pitcher on a lot of pitching staffs. He's going to be your #3 pitcher. So that right there is a 1-2-3 punch that many teams don't have. You also got Mookie Betts, who was a AL candidate for the MVP. I think he got 2nd or 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. You got Dustin Pedroia, who is a savvy veteran who hits more home runs than you would think in a season, especially for his stature. You got a great outfield with Jackie Bradley Jr. out there. Great defense. I mean, you got Pablo Sandoval, who I think will have a comeback season. He does have the most home runs in the spring training right now. Thank you to my friend Huezo for telling me that during our draft that just finished. And yeah, you got to pick the Bo Sox to win for those reasons. I think the Yankees are too young. I think the Orioles don't have enough weapons. All right, the second division I'm going to go over is the AL Central. Cleveland Indians are winning the AL Central. Don't really have to explain it. It's really that simple. They're just much better managed than any other team, and a lot of those teams are rebuilding and going to be trading. The AL Central, it's not even close. There's nothing to go over here. Okay, coming out of the AL West, I got the Seattle Mariners. I got the Seattle Mariners winning that division, I think, pretty easily, with a little bit of resistance from maybe the Angels. Yes, the Angels, because you got Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, Kyle Seager, and John Segura. I'm guessing I'm getting that right. I'm not sure. So John Segura, you got a good, solid foundation there. And then you got a really good outfielder's defense with Leonis Martin, I'm guessing his name, Leonis. Jared Dyson, who's a really good defensive outfielder, and Haniger. You got a very good ace in Felix Hernandez. You got Iwakuma. I mean, this is a really solid team. I don't think they're going to go really anywhere in the AL playoffs, but they're definitely going to win this division. I think this is the weakest division in the AL. All right, now I'm going to go right into the National League. I will go over who I think are going to get the wild card spots after this. And then after that, I'm going to go and tell you who I think is going to win the World Series and why. All right, so let's get right into it. The National League East winner, in my opinion, is the Washington Nationals. Yes, it will not be the New York Mets. The New York Mets are looking great. They have a lot of great players. Yoenis Cespedes, Noah Syndergaard, Jacob deGrom, Matt Harvey, Gesellman. We don't know what Wheeler's going to be, but he has, in my opinion, the best, or not the best, but the most stuff of any of the pitchers. You got, and I'm looking right now, you got Lugo also. I remember Lugo. I actually watched him pitch when I went to a Mets game last season. He's going to be a really big factor. I think he has to pitch like a 3.4 ERA. If you want to win this division, he's got to be consistent. We don't even know if he's going to be in the starting lineup, but I'm guessing there will be an injury to Matt Harvey, Steven Matz at some point this season. So, and maybe even Noah Syndergaard. I don't know. He has gained a lot of weight, muscle weight, obviously. He does look bigger. I watched some of his spring training. He's trying to throw harder. I mean, you're going to hurt your elbow if you do that. And the Mets supposedly didn't want him to gain that muscle weight. But we'll see what happens. I really do like Noah Syndergaard, though. My favorite pitcher on the Mets being Jacob deGrom, because he, I think, really just knows how to pick his spots and pitch to certain locations better than anyone on that staff. But even with that, I got the Washington Nationals winning. They got the best manager in their division. Even though the Marlins will give him both teams a little trouble, I think with Bryce Harper, he'll have a comeback season. He will be an MVP candidate. You got Daniel Murphy, who will not have as good as the season as last season, but he'll still have a very good season with Bryce Harper as his safety net. And you just got a lot of really good players. And I just, with Max Scherzer as your ace, so I just can't pick against the Nationals. And but I mean, we'll see what happens. I would love to see the Mets win that division, even though I am a Yankees fan, but I can't pick against the Nationals. They just have too good of a lineup, and their pitching staff is comparable to the Mets. So, yeah. No, it's not better than the Mets, but I think it's definitely comparable. All right, let's go into the NL Central. This is a really important division. This is going to be really hard to get. I'm going to pick, it's really the Cubs. I mean, come on. It's the Chicago Cubs. It's that simple. All right, I got the Dodgers winning the AL West. The reason why I got the Dodgers, they have more depth than the Giants, and the Giants are really the only competition they have in that division. You got Rich Hill as their third pitcher. You got Kenta Maeda, who pitched pretty darn well last season as their second pitcher, and you got Clayton Kershaw, who's the best pitcher in the major leagues. You got Grandal, who I think is a top 8 catcher in this league. You got Corey Seager, who was the rookie year of the last year, and he was the best rookie period last year over Gary Sanchez. Yes, Gary Sanchez was too small of a sample size. So Corey Seager was unbelievable at shortstop. You got Adrian Gonzalez, who is also always really solid. I mean, you just got a really solid foundation versus the Giants, who did make some upgrades, but I don't think it's their year to win this division. The Dodgers are just a more solid team with more players and with a better ace in the regular season. Not in the playoffs, but in the regular season, Clayton Kershaw is a better ace, and he's way more dominant than any other pitcher right now in the major leagues. So I'm finishing that off with the Dodgers winning the AL West. Let's go quickly with the wildcard teams. I'm going to do this rapid fire. You got the Angels. They are my Cinderella story. Mike Trout, Albert Pujols will play well. Mike Trout will be the MVP this year again. And they have gotten some good supplementary players to supplement them. Just that simple, that quick. You got the Yankees. They're going to be like the Cubs from a couple years ago. They're going to make the wild card spot. They are a really young team. I think they'll be able to get 84 to 85 wins, which will get them that second wild card spot. You just need the pitching to pitch well. Their pitching is a huge question mark. Masahiro Tanaka needs to make sure that bomb doesn't go off on his elbow. But we'll see what happens. And in the NL wild cards, I got the Giants because, well, Madison Bumgarner will get them to the playoffs. It's really that simple. You got a lot of great supplementary players on that team, one of them being Crawford. Ben Crawford, you got Buster Posey, who is the leader of that team, and you got a great manager. And the second team is, yes, the Mets. The Mets, with that pitching staff, will be able to carry that team and Yoenis Cespedes to the wild card spot. And let's just go over the World Series right now. The World Series winner will be the Boston Red Sox. Yes, that does hurt me, and you're not a real Yankee fan. They're the best team. I said before why they were going to win the AL East. Their pitching is probably top 5 right now in the major leagues. They have a pretty darn good bullpen, closing it out with Craig Kimbrell. You got a great batting. I mean, you got a great lineup. I don't know what to tell you. They're the most together team. We'll see what happens at the trade deadline. Obviously, a lot can happen with injuries and the trade deadline, so that could definitely switch my pick. But right now, I would have to pick the Boston Red Sox to win the World Series. We're going to have a new segment called the Dumb Moment of the Week. The dumb moment of the week is when one of the people in my fantasy league just make a stupid decision. It could be me, because I could have decided to put someone in my starting lineup and someone on my bench decided to go off, and I just didn't notice that this guy was hitting, let's say, 600 against this pitcher, and I put in a guy that was hitting 200 against that pitcher, or those pitchers in total. That would be like an example. So we had our fantasy draft, like I said, today. And Andrew, well, let's just call him Andrew. That might not be his real name, but let's just say Andrew did an owie. And his owie, or his dumb moment of the week, was Daniel Murphy. And you guys are saying, why Daniel Murphy? Daniel Murphy's a great pick. You probably picked him in like the 7th round because other than the one season he was not good. He was okay, a good hitter, but had a lot of errors, which in this league matters because it gives you negative points. And so when did he pick him? He picked him in the 3rd round. You had Joey Votto, Robinson Cano, AJ Pollock, and Cespedes, just to name a few that people that weren't picked yet. And you picked Daniel Murphy. Yes, he was an MVP candidate last year, but are you kidding? It's one season. He would have been on the board for at least 3 more rounds. And you pick him in the 3rd round. Are you freaking kidding? That was ridiculous. Love you, Andrew, but come on. Seriously. All right, that's my dumb moment of the week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, guys, I really did this video really quickly. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I wanted to get this video out. I will make sure that the next videos are better. I think I did a pretty good job, though. I know this was really long. I am sorry. The other ones will be shorter, like the 7 minutes they were for my NFL videos, 7, 8 minutes, because I'm just going to be going over a recap of what happened last week, the different injuries, what I think is going to happen because of those injuries, etc. Who I think is going to start out really well, who I think is going to do really well in the future, next 2 weeks, etc. I mean, I'm going to be bouncing all these ideas off. I'm just coming up with ideas on the fly. If you guys want to comment, subscribe below, please tell me what ideas you have, and maybe I'll put them in my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And please comment and subscribe, like I said. And have a good night, everybody. Sunday, the MLB regular season starts. And if it's Saturday and I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I really think it's Sunday, though. So have a good night, everybody.